So welcome everybody to the Blind and Visually Impaired meeting. As always, this is a CNCF meeting, and so we abide by the CNCF Code of Conduct, which essentially means be respectful and kind to one another. As we do have some new faces and combinations of folks who haven't been on here together, we open the floor for anybody that wants to speak up and introduce themselves. So I'll pause for that.
I assume that means me. So I'm Dave. I work for a company called Assembly Global. I lead our platform engineering team. I am visually impaired, and yeah, it's great to be here to get involved with this, and I look forward to working with you all.
Yeah, welcome. We're happy to have you. And it means there's a few people that are maybe not new for the first time ever, but new for a while, I guess. And so we could all go around, maybe if that's helpful, and intro. Stefan and I could go last, but looks like we've got Alex as well. If you'd like to introduce yourself, you're welcome to. No pressure.
Not my first meeting, but it might very well be the second. My name is Alex Stein. I'm a DevOps engineer at Waystar. Totally blind, lost my sight about 8 years ago. And yeah, great to be here.
Okay, so you wanted to go last, Ivan and Estefan. So I'm Catherine Paganini. I'm an ally. I am also the founder of Merge Forward. We started with with the Deaf and Hard of Hearing working group, and then started adding a bunch of other initiatives. So I hope that you also are in the Merge Forward channel, which is very active, which is basically the home for all the diversity groups. So each group focuses on their own kind of needs and whatever they want to do with the community, but then we also have cross group programs and things like that. So please, if you haven't done so, I invite you to join the Merge Forward channel as well. And super excited to see new faces in the new year.
Yeah, great. So let's introduce myself. So I'm Stefan Estegracias. I'm a consultant in Cloud Native at ITQ, a European company. I'm co-leading this group, so blind and visually impaired group under the umbrella of Merge Forward. So I'm as well CNCF ambassador for the CNCF, so I have connection with the ambassador as well. That could be interesting to share all the message from Merge Forward to the ambassadors. And right, as well, awesome. I'm visually impaired. I'm used to this, to say
that. My name is Ivan Fetch. I'm completely blind, essentially since birth, and I happen to live in the Denver area of Colorado in the U.S. I also, as Stefan said, I'm co-lead of this blind and visually impaired group with him, and I've worked in the sort of DevOps, SRE, sysadmin, Go developer space for a while now. So it's great to meet all of you, and hope we can have some more sort of general discussions about among us about visually impaired things and blocking each other from some challenges and that kind of thing. We do have an agenda document as well. I'll quickly comment on the first item in the agenda, although I did update async and Slack after the previous meeting. The first item here says skill prep beta exam. This is a request to have someone kind of check out a new platform that's being developed for online exams, which typically will have some kind of like web terminal. And so I had responded a while ago when this request came out in the Merge Forward channel of our CNCF Slack that I'd be happy to test and to talk with folks and so on and so forth. So the most recent update, which we just had yesterday in that Slack thread, essentially was that we're still a few weeks out due to some adjusted priorities, I guess, by the team that's developing that platform. So But those folks have my email address, and I will update when anything happens on that front. And looks like
Yes,
Stefan has.
and for Dave and
linked.
Alex, yes, just for Dave and Alex, I put the link on the agenda on the chat if you want to follow.
Yeah, I've
Yep.
got it up
Yep.
here.
Community Hub Amsterdam CFP. I think that's Stefan.
Yeah, that one's coming from the Merge Forward meeting. So if you click on the link that are on the link is on the agenda, or we'll share as well on the chat quickly. We have a community hub in KubeCon Amsterdam. It will be around all the 3 days. So from Thursday to from Tuesday to Thursday, the 24th of March until 26th of March. And basically we are there with a link to our community webpage. So we need to do some content there. So we'll be there to represent this group and Merge Forward as well. And we would like to know as well is the next point, but probably interesting to get as well for this one, if you will be and you will attend the KubeCon Amsterdam or not. Copy paste here. Do you attend KubeCon Amsterdam? One of you? No.
I would interpret.
I won't. No, I won't be. Yeah, I won't be this time.
Yeah.
Although it sounds, I love Amsterdam. I used to live there, but no, unfortunately, I won't make it this time.
Anyway, we even if you cannot participate, we can manage to create some content. I can deliver as well with some other people from Merge Forward to share what you want to share to all the community about our group today. So we have time, so not so much time, 1 month before the deadline, but we can think about it asynchronously. But if you are already some ideas to share to the community, feel free to share now.
Maybe we need to explain a little bit what the Community Hub is,
Yep.
right? So basically the Community Hub is something that was started 3 KubeCons ago or so. Google had the idea. They've been sponsoring so far, and basically it is a hub for, it used to be called DEI Community Hub, but as you know, DEI is a word that is not very well, I don't know. So it's not just Community Hub, but the focus is on diversity and inclusion. It's not as clear anymore within the name. So a lot of the sessions were, so it was initiated without Merge Forward, right? And then they started with women in cloud native, LGBTQ community gathering, people of color. So they had like all these different community gatherings, and the idea was to have communities meet and network. It was like icebreaker sessions, and the goal was for people within the community to kind of, who are from these communities, to meet each other. And then, of course, we saw this and was like, this is basically very much aligned with Merge Forward. And I started kind of pushing for Merge Forward to be more and more engaged, and was like, this is like, we have a Women in Cloud Native community group. They should be leading the women's session, not right? So now we are even listed there as a partner. So that's great, more and more involved. And so for groups where we have a lot of people, right, like women, LGBTQ, like it's mostly a gathering of people from that community. For the deaf and hard of hearing working group, we did something different because there are not enough deaf and hard of hearing individuals. Make just a community gathering, and everyone who goes typically knows each other. So blind and visually impaired would also be in that category. So instead of doing a community gathering, we've done a sign language crash course, which is basically, the goal is just a fun and engaging idea to break a little bit, to kind of just break down prejudices or ideas or whatever, because a lot of people have never met someone who is deaf, may not be maybe afraid to kind of talk to someone by, like, so, and just breaking that down by creating activities where people kind of learn and meet people and interact. So that's the idea for the blind and visually, deaf and hard of hearing working group. That's what we've been doing, and very successful. I think one of the sessions was the most attended one because it is kind of fun as well. But there is also, last time there was a session about neurodiversity, which was just like talking about the topic. So that's another option, so just like giving you some ideas of what was part of it. Oh, another thing that we have, which is we're going to submit it again, is how to write a good CFP for underrepresented groups, kind of helping them with tips, So there's a lot that is possible. Of course, since it's only Stefan from this group, we cannot do something like the sign language court, like something that is more, how does it, like some ideas of like interactive things about how would it be to be blind or visually impaired, there are like some things, fun, engaging things that we could probably do with one person. It might be hard or maybe not, but maybe there's something else that, because it is an opportunity to kind of educate people about challenges that exist, how to be more accessible, how can they become an advocate within their company for people who are blind and visually impaired, right? Like, so there is an opportunity to kind of just talk about that. And so, so that's kind of like, so we can be creative here, right? I think the goal is about inclusivity. I think for smaller groups like this one, it is about like education and sensibilizing people about the challenges that exist so they can bring that back to their companies, I think would be the best approach here. But maybe you have other ideas. Any initial thoughts? I know it's kind of like, it's not easy, especially when people are not actually attending.
I think it would be good to see, like, I'll take a look at the link of sort of what the other groups are doing, so I can get like an idea of what has been created before. I think that would be probably a good launching off point.
Yeah, we can share. It's not live yet because it's like those are already they're not published yet. But we can we can share links to last sessions. They were very formulaic though, because they were basically using this, like the CNCF was publishing actually the content. I was like, can we kind of write? So it's not like an Apple. So like, yeah, as I mentioned, we're more and more kind of involved. But I'll share the sign language crash course. That is actually, I have the Google Doc that has been submitted, but it's not live. I can share that. And I can share a description of a community gathering, and maybe the CFP one as well. I think those are 3 good examples. And the neurodiversity one, which is like, that was really a talk, which might be as well like an option where Stefan kind of presents something about the topic, which is less interactive, but all of you can kind of contribute and kind of to the talk. So we make sure that it is something that's important for the group and the goals.
Yeah, I'm happy to contribute to that if that's happening, because I know like each of us in this group probably have like different challenges when it comes to it. So I think that would be helpful to collaborate on that.
Great.
Also, just putting one thing out there: if you're not planning to go to Amsterdam because you don't have any funding, there is a scholarship program where you would go if you would get funding. There is a scholarship program that the deadline is when? Do you know, Stefan?
Soon. I don't remember when, but it's end of January. Yes, probably. Let me check.
Yeah. We'll find the date. So if that's something, Dave, you said you would love to go, or Ivan and Alex, but it's more a yeah, my job, my company wouldn't be paying it, and of course, like paying yourself is kind of crazy. So there is an option for that, and especially in the justification, if it's part of like I'm representing the blind and visually impaired group, I'm going to do a session. Those are things that kind of make a stronger case for the scholarship. Of course, if you apply now, applying next time will be harder, right? Because it's like they don't give the scholarship twice a year. So just some things to think of. I think Amsterdam is probably nice for that.
I found the date. It's the 15th of February.
Okay.
February. Okay.
So nothing, just like I'm letting it sit there. Just think about it. We'd love to have at least another person, or maybe two, apply. And like if you don't get it, you don't get it. But it is an option.
I still don't have a passport, so that would be a problem.
Alex, you need to work on that. Next year, was it published yet? Oh, Barcelona. Come on, that sounds very. So you have a year to work on your passport, and
it might take every bit of a year too. So I better get going.
Yeah. So, and also we are working on a travel buddy program. So Stefan has been taking the lead there based on your experience last KubeCon, and so we want to have a program where we can team people up so they can travel together. That might make a trip to Barcelona way easier and fun. So just something to think about.
Oh my goodness, that would be great. I have, all of us with different disabilities have seen some very unfortunate things throughout our lives, but I will say the majority of the most terrible, like mind-blowing experiences have happened to me in airports.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully the idea is like, I know that they provide accessibility by helping, but it's like you never know who this is, whether they care, and apparently a lot of times they are not very nice. So having someone, a community member who is in the same city, so it's like you can't even start the teaming up way earlier, right? And then having that person kind of go with you from home or airport, I don't know, depends, until the hotel will be way easier. So that's the idea, to kind of do that. And then it's not a random person. So you have one new KubeCon friend, which is also great, because I think conferences are way more fun when you know people. You're not the only one.
Yeah, I would say in general that like for this community that would be a very good thing, because like as Alex mentioned, like I even have some sight and I have had bad experiences in airports with the accessibility, so I know how daunting that can be.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to give too much away since this is being recorded, but just the wide spectrum for people who don't know. When you're totally without vision and traveling through airports, I've experienced everything from delays that have almost made me miss my flight when I got there 2 hours early, to security dragging my assistant away because they assaulted me.
Oh, wow.
So you just never know what you're going to get in an airport in America. And sometimes it's like, wow, you did really, really awesome. Thank you so much. Sometimes the police are dragging your person away.
That's terrible.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of just airport venue challenges, right? The restrooms tend to be kind of a labyrinth setup, is how I refer to it, where in the name of like flow of people, there's like two entrances and exits, and there's no door on the general sort of area with all of the restroom stalls, and so it's all sort of like in order to be a privacy area, they have this sort of like maze of turns so that you can't visually like glance directly into the restroom, and so that maze of turns is interesting for navigability. So yeah, there's definitely plenty of things if you're not familiar with your airport that and you're not a frequent user of it, that add to the sort of strain of travel for sure. So and I see Stefan has also added the link to the doc on this topic to the end of the agenda if anybody would like to dig more in here.
Yes, basically.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, basically, we create a document every time we share an idea on Slack or during a meeting, and then we can grow the idea, get feedback from others, and some other suggestions to grow. And then as soon as it's we receive any feedback, we can start the project. So here we probably start small by creating a Google Sheet with all the people that would like to share their their route to KubeCon, and then find by matchmaking manually people together.
Yeah, and that's an example of a merge forward project, because it's not only like we want people across the board to participate, and basically the initial inspiration for this was, of course, Alex's experience, because I was like, no, like, how can you miss the conference? And then so we're going to focus first on people who really need it, but then we would also kind of like to expand it for at some point, like just to connect people across the globe before. So, but like the first focus is going to be people who actually need the help, but then grow it from there, because it's like, again, Merge Forward is all about connecting people within the community as well. So please participate, and you can, there are like a lot, like there are like projects that are going to be working on this group, but then there are like these cross group initiatives like that travel hub initiative. So please feel free to contribute there as well.
And that was actually kind of another thought, like beyond the travel. I mean, it would be great to meet up with like-minded people locally if we're able to scale it that far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the idea, right? Because it's but we have, as Stefan said, we have to focus. Like first, we need to kind of start small, because it takes a little while, but then like grow it, see what works. First, it's just going to be a sheet. Maybe there is another way of doing it, but yeah, I think I'm really excited about this. And then hopefully it means that Alex will never ever again miss a conference because of any airport issues or something like that.
But it was very nice that I was able to at least record, and that it was still accommodated, even though definitely not the outcome any of us wanted. Yeah,
I'm also glad that you were able to participate, even if it was from afar, but you were there with us in the room.
All right, that is all we have on the agenda for today, unless anybody else has something that they'd like to add. I think that's it for now.
Great. I will share the things, Dave, that I just mentioned, and then we, as Stefan said, we have a month to create that session, and let's think about it. I know there is not a lot of presentation there, but it's just an opportunity to educate people about what changes you would like to see, and so on. So, or whatever. Maybe there was something else. I don't want to put like any kind of box into your, like, just like be as creative as possible. Whatever you think, we can discuss it as a team.
Yeah, stay in contact on the Slack channel to discuss about it as well.
Sounds good. Yes, I'm in there, keeping an eye on it.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining. It's been great to meet some new and returning faces, and hope to see you next time.
Have a great
Yep,
weekend.
thanks.
Next
See
time.
you all.